Hey, this is Tama, and today I'm going to teach you how to breathe from your diaphragm. So if you have acid reflux, it's really important that you learn to breathe deeply from your diaphragm. The diaphragm are these muscles right here underneath of your ribs. They're actually like in there, and they control your breathing. They pull the air in and push the air back out. So you want to be breathing deeply from down here. It's not only because it's really good for you, it's good for your anxiety, but it's also because if you're breathing just from your chest, you're not really getting enough air and you're kind of tightening up your stomach here. So it's important that you breathe nice and deeply all the way from the diaphragm. So the way I suggest people start is actually to lay down and do this. So you'll lay down, you put your hands on your stomach, and you take a nice deep breath into your stomach. You want to feel your hands moving outward as you breathe in. So nice deep breath in and out. Okay, you want to feel the rise and fall of your hands. That's what you're looking for. It's kind of hard to show you this, but as you breathe in, your hands should go out. As you breathe out, your hands should go back in. After you've done that a bunch of times, you can sit nice and straight, or you can stand. And standing is probably the easiest way to learn. But sitting is fine as long as you've got your spine pretty straight, like as if you've got a little thread coming from your head. Just pulling you up nice and tall, but still kind of relaxed on your bones. So you want to do the same thing. You want to have your hands on your stomach, and as you breathe in, you feel your hands move, and as you breathe out, you feel them move back. So that's like a really basic diaphragmatic breath. You want to do it until it's like really nice and full, until you feel your stomach. It's not really your stomach, but kind of your stomach area will feel like it's really full of air. That's because your diaphragm is coming out and kind of like pushing that open. Once you've done that, you want to learn to breathe from your sides. So you put your hands kind of around your waist and go ahead and breathe into your sides. It's a little bit trickier to learn. Like, you really want to feel the sides moving outward, not just the front, because the front is good, but that's not the whole story. You really want to feel your sides also moving outward. So you breathe in nice and deeply, and you breathe out. And you'll feel your actual sides moving out and back in. And that's really good. Same as before, I didn't mention, but you want to do these things at least 10 breaths. So do the laying down, do it for 10 breaths until you really feel it, until kind of it'll also relax your nervous system as you do it. And it's just a good number to kind of practice. Make sure you do about 10. Then you'll do the same thing, but with your back. So you put your hands kind of where where your natural waist is, it's kind of there. So where your thumbs end up, it's like the bottom of your ribs there. You put your hands there, which is like, here's my belly button. It's just a little bit above that, and that's all. Or like 2 fingers above your belly button maybe. Because your belly button's a little bit lower, you might get into like the hip area, depending on how your torso is built. Everyone's a little bit different, so if 2 fingers doesn't feel right to you, if it feels like, obviously like kind of arch your back a little and feel your ribs. Your diaphragm's up under those ribs, up in there, and so kind of follow that down, and then, that's where you're trying to breathe. Here in the front, and then in the back, it's where it gets a little bit soft. You can kind of do it with your thumbs, but it's better if you do it with your whole hand so you can really feel it, because this is a little bit harder even than doing it with your sides. So same thing, you want to just breathe nice and deeply. Now you know how to do your fronts and your sides. So breathe nice and deeply into your hands as they rest on your back. Breathe in, breathe out. And the first couple times I did this, it actually was really difficult and I couldn't really feel my hands moving. You have to actually practice this one especially. And the other ones. For me, the acid reflux had given me so much tension in all of my stomach area, even kind of around my ribs. Definitely I had pain to touch on my sternum, and I had all this like shoulder pain and neck pain, and everything was just really tense. So figuring out how to breathe actually from my diaphragm was not as intuitive as I expected. I actually did really need to practice. So don't feel bad if it really takes you a long time. Like, you might do 10 breaths and still not feel yourself moving your hands on your back. That's okay. Take a break, but come back to this because it's really important that you learn to breathe nice and deeply from your diaphragm and expand all of these areas out as you breathe. So once you've learned to do the front and the sides and the back, you can actually do these all at once. It's kind of like a little tricky. You kind of get your hands where you want them to be, a little bit in the front, on the sides, and a little bit on the back. And then take a nice deep breath and try to expand in every direction. So you'll notice for this one, I ended up closing my eyes because there's a lot going on around me, and it was just really easier to focus on the pressure on my hands and whether or not everything was moving, and like calmly taking a nice deep breath into those areas once my eyes were closed. So that's totally optional, but in this moment just now, it really helped me. So you might find the same. Yeah, and it's fine to do it with your eyes open. So practice those. This should really help with especially anxiety, but also acid reflux because you're expanding those muscles, you're getting some of the tightness out, and then it's really like an important lifestyle change if you're someone who has acid reflux. You should practice these at least once a day, but there's nothing really stopping you from doing it multiple times a day. Once in the morning and once at night is probably even better. And just remember that any time in the day you can just easily take 3 nice deep breaths, and it's kind of a good reset for your entire body and your nervous system. So I would definitely invite you to do that as much as you can. So thanks for joining me. If you're someone who's struggling with acid reflux, I have a book that details my entire method for healing my own acid reflux and becoming completely symptom-free. You can check it out at refluxreboot.com/ebook. I'll have a link below in the comments. Thanks again for joining me. Love you.